Good afternoon. I'm Bradley McAllister, founder of Spirocraft, and this is Spirocraft Live. Great to be back after a bit of an absence away. It's been several months since I've been out here in the studio. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Yeah, long time no see. Long time no be. Um, and for the most part, I think everything's actually working. I only forgot a couple of things there at the first minutes, like to actually toggle on the feeds. But other than that, pretty good. I have missed being out here quite a bit, but I have been super busy between the road travel and then now preparing for the woodworking shows and bringing new products into Spirocraft and working on the backside of things. Going to be a lot of new products coming in that you guys will see here very shortly. And today, because I haven't been out here in a long time, I wanted to play with one of the new products that we've actually had since AEW in June, which is the Robert Sorby SteadyPro, right? So it's kind of a small, I'll call it a miniature captive hollowing system or captive turning system. I've never even opened the box. All right, and I got the system and I got a stamp for it. So it's truly an unboxing. And I grabbed a piece of wood real quick and we'll mount this up, get it round, and kind of go through the steps of setting this up. Just something to have fun with today. Again, I didn't have anything, huge prepared, but I thought, well, let's try this. It is a new product, Spirocraft, and it's small and $150. So in the captive system world, it's inexpensive. Saving my wallet from the slot machines. You must be somewhere relaxing there, Michael. And I hope you're having fun wherever it is you are, and not giving all your money to the one-armed bandits, as they say. So anyway, let's just kind of start playing here. Again, you know me, I don't always have a full-fledged plan. And today is an exception. I do have this piece of antique ambrosia maple. And so I'm completely unset up here, but we will work on fixing that. It did take me a little longer than I had expected over in the control room to kind of get things going. And now we got to kind of play with all this. I hate it when I should have been out here earlier, of course, but I was busy working on something else, as usual. Off there for now. All right. Make our life easy. And pop this that way. So my phone is blowing up. My phone is always blowing up, though. Let's see. Anybody else popped around? That is too big a chuck for what we want to do. But I think I got something set up smaller over here. That'll probably work. It's not that big. I hope everybody has been doing well. Olympic Peninsula, watching you leave for home in just over an hour. Gotcha. All right, let's see. I'm looking for my bar. Here we go. So even though I may not be all that organized today, it sure is nice to be back out here for a change. Like I said, we're getting ready to go on the road for 3 months with the woodworking shows. And as soon as they get their website all up and running, I'll be making a lot of posts there on social media about the shows. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Been a long time. Between me being gone and not seeing you around, it has been a long time. And do I really want to use those? What else have I got here? No, can't use that one. I don't want to change things too much either. Those are huge. Of course, I don't have a set of jaws set up the way I want. Well, tell you what, we'll use this one after all. This will work. Ain't no thing. I was glad that for the most part everything turned on. There was only one input, if you will, on the camera system inside that was not connected for some reason, which I don't know what that is. And other than that, it was pretty straightforward. Basically flipping all the switches. I did remember to come out this morning and put the batteries on the charger. That's always good. You find a different set of jaws here. I think we'll go with these. All I need is 4 of them. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, but 4 would be better. Being so organized, it is a shame. All right, let's see if I can't have one more of these over here. Everything is small, small, small. All right. I'm going to reach over instead of you seeing my back, and I'm going to move this guy over here. And I know number 4 has to be hiding in this mess somewhere. Somebody really needs to come in and clean this place up for me, because I obviously don't seem to be able to do it. If that doesn't work, we'll just go to 3.5-inch jaws. And instead of fussing around, we'll just go to big jaws or 3.5s and keep moving along. I don't want to tie you up with me looking for something that is buried in chips over here. All right, and I'm going to put this between centers and get a tenon on it. It's going to be fun because, like I say, I've never used this thing at all. Do I remember how to do this? It's questionable, Rich. Who is this person? Yeah, it's questionable. Thought that kind of myself, to be honest. I was like, God, I haven't been out here in so long. And I got to get practiced up for the working shows, or I'll really be in trouble. And of course, I didn't come out here and clean up or anything beforehand, because I was putting products into the back end, into the setup. All right, let's see what we can do here. Is this going to work? We may have to, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. All right. Let me see here. That is not quite, it might work. We'll see. But not really, because I need the tenon on the other end. I want to make this a natural edge. Let's see what happens if I pop a little bit of this bark off of here. Just because of the curvature, this thing is way out of whack, right? And so it's not letting me do what I had initially planned. But I will find a way, I can assure you. Yeah, Brian, it'll be great to see you down in Tampa. Haven't been down there in a long time. Haven't been out with the woodworking shows in like 3 years. Let me run and grab something that is back over in the control room here, or it should be. Everybody carries a mallet in their briefcase, right? Don't ask me how this got there. Now, if this turns out to be just too much to mount, I will just come up with another project, a piece of wood to stick in here. Because it's really about playing with the steady rest and not so much the piece of wood per se. But what my plan is I want to use as many different tools as possible when in Tampa show. Bob, if you go to the woodworkingshows.com, you can actually see the date for the woodworking show in Tampa. Now, last I looked, they don't have, if you click on the Tampa show, it won't open. I know he's working on that. I don't know who cut this thing with the chainsaw, but they did a rough job. That is going to be all kinds of crooked, but then again, we don't really care, do we? And if that, like I say, if this doesn't want to work, we'll just do something different. But yeah, Bob, I know they're working on the website hard as they can go. All right, so this is going to be a little funny. Again, like I say, if it doesn't work out, we'll just kick it out and throw in another piece of wood. The key is getting it between centers where it doesn't come flying out. Get it squared up. It might be kind of small by the time we're done, but that's okay. Wouldn't be the first time we did something funky around here now, would it? All right, let's hit 250 and see what happens. I mean, this is kind of a mess. But, hey, I think I can work with that. As long as it doesn't fly off and hit me in the head. And I'm gonna keep tightening this because this is in here like crazy crooked. Okay. But that's not the end of the world. So we'll get it round and then we'll get the back end flat. We'll make a tenon. We'll turn it around and then we'll pull out the SteadyPro. So I think I'm going to set the SteadyPro over here for now. Originally, I was doing some research on it actually this morning. It was originally called the Hollow Pro. And Sorby, some other manufacturer, had something of a similar type name. And so they changed the name to the SteadyPro. Now, I've seen different videos and different descriptions on the use of it. Some say it's only or really suited for carbide tools, and others say that you can use pretty much any tool. And I did watch some videos this morning because I, like anybody else, you watch a video to see how to use a piece. And I've seen all kinds of different tools used with the SteadyPro. So that's what I really wanted to do today, was just get something in here and then play with different tools to see how this guy rolls. So starting out at about 625, we're just going to kind of get this guy in balance, hoping that we don't hit ourselves in the head. Up that all the way down. Carter and Son 5/8 bowl gouge. And we'll see if we can't just kind of get this guy trued up a little bit. And let me see. It's not a perfect camera angle. I probably could adjust that. Hang on just a sec. I'm going to put you back over here for a second. And too far. That works. That'll work. We use that special tool, that camera adjusting tool. And I want to leave that top edge kind of wild up here. I don't care if it's round or not. Get some of this corner off of here. Let's see what 5 looks like. There you go. You can see how clean the studio is. Hey, Joe made it. Good to see you, Joe. There's a lot of wood on the bottom of this, so we will change around and see if we can't get a little bit better action on it. Get that handle out of the way. Again, it's literally like the first piece of wood I saw laying over in the other building that was solid and didn't have splits in it, and I said, hey, there's my piece of wood for today. You know me, I'll always work with a wild and crazy piece of wood. Make sure that everything's still tight in here. I'm going to crank myself some more speed. So we were at 600 when we started, we just went to 8. I had no idea if that tool was sharp or not. I just grabbed the first thing laying there. This maple's hard. It's got to be 6, 8 years old. Let's see what that's looking like down there. So a little ways to go here still to get to flat. It's still bouncing around. It's nice to be back out here with the tool in my hand, though. So we're going to have a 3.5-inch tenon is what's going to end up going on here. And that's probably pretty close. All right, let me find my calipers here. And I'll bet you all I need is a measuring device. Small thing to ask for, I know. It's what we get for not being totally prepared. I only own 37 tape measures, right? I just never have one in front of me when I need it. I believe if I do this, I know you can't see me, I'm grabbing another chuck that I think is approximately the same, and if it's not, well then we'll make it fit this, which would be all good. Okay. That'll do the trick for us. And by golly, that was pretty darn close, wasn't it? Not too bad for a guess. Okay, so we'll take a little carbide diamond tool here. Make our dovetail. And we're going to get rid of as much of this as we can right here. So I'm going to cut in on that a bunch. And I can't get this tool wrist. There we go. I can do that. Just flatten that shoulder out, like we always do. And we'll just pare this down so that we can cut it off with a chisel. Trying not to hit the step drive. All right. Ow, ow. Pinched my hand in the banjo. That wasn't good. So this is one wonky piece of wood, but I'm okay with that. Find the grain is running that way. My mallet, my chisel. Pop that right off of there. No big deal. Look at that. Just about right. So we get just That's a little bigger than an 1/8, but all things considered, that I was using a different set of jaws to check it, I'm all happy with that. Okay, so back to making this guy round. You see we still have a flat spot here, and you know we're still kind of out around there. But now we can dial her up. Make sure it won't come flying out of there on me. And we can put a little shape to the outside of this. We can also crank up the speed. Let's see what we can do here. Take her to 1,000. All right. And overhead still is good. Drop that down. See just how out of round this guy was. Still got a little flat there. All right, the flat's going away. We're kind of giving it a little base here, if you will. It's going to kind of be fun to be up inside this thing with these crazy edges, right? Being natural edge, free-formed and all that. And the reason I kind of chose this, one of the things that's nice about a captive system is if you've got a violent project, if you will, bounces and voids and whatnot, it takes all that stress away from you. So I kind of chose this awkward piece on purpose. All right, maybe just a little more, and then I'm thinking that we may end up, you know, cutting this away, making this open right in here. But we'll take a little bit more out of it. Clean that up. Then it gets real bouncy up there. It's got nice ambrosia to it. Right? Okay. Just kind of trying to figure out what to do with this crazy top edge here. Okay. One more pass going the right direction. Tool could be sharpened. And I haven't sharpened any of these since the last time I was out here for sure. I'm going to hit this with a diamond card real quick. You can't see me, but I've just got the tool resting on the lathe and hitting the corners, the cutting edge with a diamond card. Just a little something to clean this up and try and make that cut cleaner. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, I just put the tool handle down on the lathe bed, stroke that edge with the diamond card. Not even any lapping fluid, just a quick hit. All right. Alright, we'll leave it like that. It's got a little hard edge right there. Let me clean that hard edge up, and then we'll go attack it. Alright, that's good enough for now. Alright. So, boom boom. Take off the mask. Time to set the SteadyPro up, right? Take our tailstock out of the way here. I don't think we're going to need it. Yeah. Has anybody out there used a SteadyPro at all? I got my 1-inch stem. I mean, literally, the stuff hasn't been out of the box or the bag. Comes with 1 wrench, 1 SteadyPro, and some directions, right? So the directions say mount the stem, adjust the rollers, and da-da-da. Relatively straightforward. You know how we are with directions, right? Looking forward to this. All right. So I've got something on a screen over here. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to go click off this pop-up on one of the monitors. Which one is it on? It's on this one. There we go. All right, and we're going to loosen up, pop you into overhead. The adjusting bolts here, 2 on each side. That allows it to swing, and now I can get, I can get a pair of pliers or a wrench on that to tighten to post some more. I took half of the tools out of here to go on the road. All right, not there, not there. You hear him rattling, as usual, through the stuff. And I doubt that that's the right size. If not, we will hand tighten this and go for it. Looks like I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's what it is. Post is in the way. That's as far as that goes. That way. So if I spin the banjo around, get that. The question is, do I want to be lined left of center or right of center? That's what the first question is. And I'm thinking I'm going to go left of center. Okay. Now, what tool should we choose, right? Because we're going to adjust this to capture whatever tool we choose to use. And we want the height to be at the center axis. Hey, my dad made it. Good to see you, Dad. Do I want to use that? Not necessarily. I could. It's got a negative rate cutter on it. All right, so let's raise everything up. That is almost at center. And here's what I need to do here. There we go. Tighten that post up a little bit more. Just a fuzz higher. And then you could have your tool level or slightly trailing downhill if you so desire. So it doesn't come with a T-handle wrench, but I would recommend one. So I'm just snugging up. You can't quite see the wrench over here, but I just lightly snug those up. And what you want is for your tool to be captured between, you want it to be in constant contact with the bottom roller and the top roller. That's what is absorbing all the forces. That's the way these guys work. This one is cool because it's so small. You know, there's others, and I have others that are much larger, and you can, you know, do bigger work maybe. Not that you're limited by this, having not used it before. But again, the whole key is that the tool gets sandwiched between the two rollers and takes virtually all those forces off of you. Okay, let's check our chuck here to make sure it's tight before we get flying along here. Okay. Okay, and so everything seems pretty snug. Let's see. Let's give it a go. See what happens. I will put you in the end camera. It's the Spiracraft Handicrafter carbide tool. And I'm actually going to flip the handle on the banjo. It's going the other way. So this is just a standard round carbide cutter. And you can see I'm just a little bit below center. I could probably stand to come up just a fuzz. This way I'm pushing down on the bottom roller and I'm actually lifting up against the top roller. I want to come up just a little teeny bit more with it. Just a couple thousandths there. So there's literally no force, no vibration on me. That's the beauty of these kind of systems. The tool, I'm literally lifting up on the handle. And just dropping right in there on it. So we're going to end up cutting down that wall. Let me go back to the end here for you. We're going to end up going down that wall as we cut. All right. Now, again, this is a full-size round carbide cutter. Let's try something different. Again, don't know the time. 1:50. Where is? Let's see how this goes. So I've got the Woodcut Tools Proform, which I'm going to have to adjust for. I really wanted to try the Proform in here just to see how it goes. I'm sorry, my head's in the way there. I'll put you on the overhead. And again, a T-wrench would make this a lot faster. Not that this is horrible. And again, typically, you're not going to be changing tools nearly as much as I am here today. All right, that's just me doing me. So that looks just about where I want it. I'm going to have to lower the whole piece. Mike, it's good seeing you. Thanks for dropping in. Look forward to talking to you again soon. And I hope you didn't lose all your money at the casino. So this is the Woodcut Tools Proform hollowing tool, and it's got the straight shaft in it. We don't have any curves that we have to deal with right now. And I saw that I need to drop down a little bit, so we'll just preemptively do that. And now I'm right about center. Okay. And I'm up close. But let's see how, let me put my mask back on. Got to be safe. Again, I'm turning 1,000 RPMs for those who want to. And let me give you the end shot. Hopefully this goes well. See if we can get that middle nub. I'm a little, I think I'm a little low for that. So let me raise it back up just a fuzz, ever so little. And this is a round tool. The other tool had a square shaft. So this tool you can completely rotate. So now I can get right in the center there. And this tool will move a lot of material pretty quick. Now up here on the ears is a little scary. Because remember, that's the natural edge up there. Got a little piece of wood in there. All right, let's see what that looks like. Nice shavings coming off of there. So that works equally well. Moves material in a hurry. You can see that I'm about 1/4 of an inch on this edge, so you know, and there's a little bit of flat there. So if I clean up the outside, it'll be thinner. So that was that type of hollowing tool. Let's see what else. What else have I got hanging around here real quick that we can toss in here? Supposedly, you can easily use a scraper as well. So again, I'm going to just clean up this scraper real quick and give it a shot. I don't use scrapers a lot, but we'll give this a try. So this thing works pretty well. I mean, it's solid, it's steady. Seems like whatever tool you choose to use is going to do the trick. So again, we're going to have to adjust because we've changed tool. But that's not the end of the world. I'll pop it back up here while I do this. So this, I mean, first go, first, you know, first shot, first out of the box, it's super simple to use. I mean, it's just these 4 screws plus your up and down on the banjo, and that's all there is to it. And what I'm doing is I get it where I want it, slightly trailing, and then I just pull the tool back out. So I don't loosen the screws up all the way. And there's nylon bushings in the front, which hold it in place. And all the forces are going down into the tool, into the machine, the rest, excuse me, and into the banjo. And I'm not getting beat up at all. Make sure that one's plenty snug. Okay, face mask back on. End shot back on. Still turning 1,000. I'm just going to ease in here with this scraper. So obviously I'm actually a little below center. Let me stop and bring it up. So that works fine too. It just cleans that right up. Yeah, that's center. Close. Again, lifting up on the tool handle a little bit to make sure the device is taking all the force. Okay. Pretty cool. Now I could put my banjo in and clean this edge up right here. We can go deeper. Let's just go back to our, well, we're set for that scraper. I wonder how far I can go with the scraper. Usually you don't hollow, you don't move a bunch of material with a scraper. It's just a finishing tool. But that doesn't mean that you can't. It's not the most efficient tool. But if you don't like to change tools, you can do it and make it work. Clean it up, take a look. And we can go a little bit further here. Just a little bit. And I've still got plenty of reach. No, I'm actually starting to run out of reach. So I'm going to move this in a little bit closer. I've got to make sure with this natural edge that I don't hit anywhere. If I put it in here at an angle, I can actually sneak it inside the piece a little bit further.
Now the question is, does it care if I'm across? It shouldn't care if I'm across the rollers at an angle or not. We'll see what happens, because before I've been going, you know, uh, right with the rollers, and now I'm going to go at a bit of an angle. So let's see what happens. And so what I was doing there is just pulling on the side of the tool. Wasn't pushing down or anything because I'm in the rollers. And I was just pulling up around the corner because this is a rounded scraper. And actually working my way back into that recurve just a little bit, if you will. Okay. So by golly, this thing works pretty well. You know? That was quick and easy, painless for me. So I'm going to pop it out of here. Set it up there real quick. I'm going to cut this outer edge real thin. Clean up that one flat spot. Hopefully not blow it up. So this flat spot is right here. That's going to make it about 1/8 of an inch thick. So I've grabbed a little 3/8 Carter and Son, and it's kind of got, you can't quite see it, but it's kind of got like the bottom feeder, just a natural or a standard grind on it. Get that handle out of my way. I love these little tools. All right, so almost got the flat out of it. So I'm going to dial the speed up on this thing pretty good and see if I can not get these tool marks going up that ridge. I'm kind of working against the headstock here. So we'll take her up to about 1500 there. Maybe I'll raise that up just a fuzz because this tool is small. It's a balancing act between cutting off too much and getting rid of that one little flat spot. So the little flat spot is almost cut. That would sand out, no problem. That tool is dull, I can tell that. And we can still take, so that one. quick hit with the stone. Again, I didn't sharpen any of these tools. I just came in for the first time in weeks. Turned everything on about a half an hour before 1 o'clock. Just putting a little more shape in it just for fun, since I'm here. What are we in the overhead? Yeah. Kind of blend that together right there. All right. Just a funny little bowl with a natural edge. Done with
The Sorby SteadyPro. So that was pretty cool. Easy to work with. Took all the vibration and stress out of having to hold the tool. Super easy to adjust. Again, I would say get a T-handle Allen wrench though for your adjustments. Make it much quicker. And other than that, super simple to use. And we've got a nice little natural edge ambrosia bowl here. Just a little bit of sanding and it would be just fine. All right. How are we doing on time? I'm going to probably wrap up early today. It's only 2 o'clock, but I didn't have a lot planned. I just wanted to kind of get back out here, play with the SteadyPro, and we'll pop this out of here, and just kind of get rolling again a little bit. Again, like I said, it's been a long time. I'm glad that folks dropped by to visit, and it's good for me to get back on the machine and get back out here in the studio. Again, nothing fancy, kind of a weird little shape, but hey, we weren't here to create art. We were here to play with SteadyPro. And again, beautiful piece of little ambrosia maple. I know this came from my stashes up in North Georgia. And yeah, we'll just get that bark off of there, clean this up. We'll put it in the to finish pile. All right. Does anybody who's out there have any kind of questions before I wrap this up? I can get back on the computer, get back to work on products, and getting ready for all kinds of stuff. You guys are going to be amazed at some of the new stuff that Spydercraft's got coming in. It's literally in the air as we speak, which is pretty cool. So I'll wait a second, see if anybody got any questions in there, pop it in there. And if not, we'll play the intro, and I will say thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. All right, looks like nobody jumping on. All right, gang, thank you very much. Good seeing you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye now.